At your home, take it from us. Zero Res was just out at the station to clean our carpets this past month. They're great to work with. Our carpets look great, and they even got some spots out that we didn't think would come out. They were on-time, professional, and we loved working with them, and the station looks great. So if you're looking for help getting your home into holiday shape, give our friends at Zero Res a call at 952-ZERO-RES or go to ZeroResMinnesota.com. This month, get 3 rooms Zero Resified starting at just $129 and take $75 off of an air duct cleaning. That's ZeroResMinnesota.com or call 952-ZERO-RES and ask for the AM 950 special. The holidays are coming soon, so don't wait and book now.
Lilliput at Coon Rapids dares you to take part in their Haunted Mansion escape room. 100 years ago, a family suffered a tragic incident. Your team is brought in to find out what happened that night, find proof of the supernatural, and help the spirits find peace. Are you up for the task? This incredible escape room is filling up fast, so book now. Also, a perfect outing for work team building. Go to lilliput.net now to book your experience today.
With a look at your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Snow arrives in the overnight hours with a low of 19. Then snow continues into Thursday with 3 to 5 inches possible and a high of 26. Our popular AM 950 calendars are back for 2025 as a thank you to everyone who has become a member of AM 950. Head on over to am950radio.com for information on how you can get your thank you gift.
Portions of the following program may be pre-recorded.
The views expressed and the opinions given by the individual host, guest, random reptoid, or chupacabra may not necessarily reflect those of AM 950 Radio, its affiliates, or its sponsors. Now, it's time to step into the unknown. There are things people experience but never talk about. A shadow moving in the corner, flickering of the lights, a disembodied voice. We invite you to talk with us. Share your story, share your experience, because this isn't just your story. This is our story. This is GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun.
And this is GhostBox Radio on AM 950, where every night we talk about the paranormal, ufology, Bigfoot, and so much more. My name is Greg Bakun. Thank you very much for joining us on this Wednesday, a week away from Christmas. I want to start off by apologizing to everybody who tuned in last night to hear our interview with Marie Cisneros. And, we had some technical difficulty on my end. And, I'm always into jabbing the station for their technology and stuff. But this one was on me. And, we have Adam out in Eden Prairie tonight. And Adam, who knew to be able to do a show, you needed to have your computer on. But I guess that's, what it takes, I guess, to be on the air. Who knew, right? I mean,
well, back when you and I started, there was no such thing really as a computer to get on the air with. So we can always use the excuse of, we were thinking this was the 90s.
Well, obviously the computer worked. What happened was my mixer wasn't working over here last night, and it was, put in a long day at the station, and you're trying to figure it out. And, some things that are so obvious when you are fresh and ready to go for the day is much different than when you work like a 10-hour day and you're just like, starting to swear at inanimate objects. And after the show started, I looked at my computer and I'm like, I did a show from the station this week. I remember I had to mute a tab, and that's what it was. I muted a tab, and that's how it goes sometimes.
It happens to us all.
Happens to us all, and we will have Marie on in January. So that's exciting. Before we bring on our wonderful guest tonight, I also want to remind people, in case we don't get to it, drive safely tomorrow. We're supposed to have, as usual, Snowmageddon. Every time we're talking about snow in Minnesota, it's always Snowmageddon. It's always, it's never a couple, like a dusting or an inch or two. It is blizzards. That's all we talk about around here. So be careful, folks out there. I know, because I'm an incredible baby when it comes to driving, that I shall be here at home all day tomorrow, because I ain't going out there, that's for sure. So be careful out there, Adam. That's all I'm going to say to you.
I think it'll be an interesting commute tomorrow evening.
You're an important part of the organization, Adam. I just want to make sure you know that, okay? So,
wow, that's the first time everybody said I was important for anything. Thank you.
I know.
Yeah, okay, I'll pay you later.
So, it's a time for giving. It's a time for being able to celebrate and have fun, and a time to celebrate the holidays. And what better way to do it than bringing on Refined Divine psychic medium Deb. We are doing one question readings tonight, and we all know how this works. And in case you don't, I'll be happy to tell you. It's simply this. You can ask a question. Deb will answer. It is one question. And I know that it's easy to kind of get away from it and just try to keep the conversation going. It is one question. So if we cut you off, please do not take it personally. We don't mean to, but we want to get to everybody tonight. And just know that if you have a question, you get to the front of the line by calling us, 952-946-6205, 952-946-6205. The lovely Adam will take your call. Let us know that you have a question. We'll put you on the air. You can put it into the comments as well, and we'll do our best to get to everybody. Deb will not be answering questions about politics. She will not be answering questions about law. She is not a lawyer, nor is she a doctor. So if you have any questions about medical stuff, consult a doctor immediately. That's the way that I look at it. Deb, how are you doing tonight?
I am so fantastic. Down here by the ocean, Panama City Beach. We are 70 degrees and white sandy beaches.
Good for you. Yeah, sounds great. Happy to hear it. Real thrilled with your choice of where to be when
it's so amazing. I mean, anybody who gets a chance to get down here and experience Panama City, seriously, we travel all over the United States doing shows and going to different holistic fairs and speaking in different states. This by far is my most favorite place that we've been yet. It's such like a serene and calm environment, and that's not very popularized. And it's like a 15,000, Dave, is that right? It's like 15,000 people that live here. So it's very low key. And the sandy beaches here it's like fine powder. It's amazing.
Now, you had some fog though, right?
Today we had such thick fog that you literally could not see more than 7 or 8 feet in front of you.
Wow.
I was praying for the parting of the seas. I was like, fog, let you part. It was so thick. It was crazy, but it was kind of cool to be out in, because it's literally like you're walking through the clouds, and as you moved, you could see the clouds and fog moving right in front of your face. It was a really neat experience.
That is fantastic, and I'm very happy that you're all able to get to somewhere. Now, are you out there you're not just out there for pleasure, right? You got some stuff going on out there, don't you?
Yep, we were the headliner in the Peace of Mind Expo in Atlanta, Georgia. And so we did a 2-day event there. And then we're vacationing here for a week. And then we're on our way up for a couple days into Columbus, Dave?
Yeah, Columbus, Georgia.
Columbus, Georgia. We're going to do a 2-day set there. And then we're back down to New Orleans.
Man, I haven't been to New Orleans in well over a decade. But boy, I think that was the first time I really, when I was out there back in the early 2000s, when I started taking notice of paranormal stuff. I remember every time, because it's part of Best Buy. When I worked at Best Buy, they'd send me down there once a month, and we would always stay in the French Quarter. And one night, I am on the second floor, and as you know, those streets are very narrow out there.
Yes, they are.
And I'm just looking across the building next to it. That whole floor is completely empty, no walls or anything. And, it's all come back from Katrina. And I don't know what it is, but I couldn't take my eyes off of that. The doors were open. I mean, I could jump across if I really wanted to and explore, and I didn't. But my doors were open. My bed just looked out there the whole night, and I just was fixated by it. I don't know what it was, but it was incredible.
Yeah, the energy down there is out of this world. There's a lot of vortexes down there. There's a lot of portals down there. The multi-dimensional verse, for whatever reason, because of the ancient history there, it's very multi-dimensional. And so the last time we were down there, it was 17 years ago. So it's been 17 years since I've
Wow.
been there. And so I'm really excited to take my kids there because they've always wanted to go. So this is actually a birthday present to my daughter for her 19th birthday, to take her to New Orleans. I always promised her I would, and so this is what we're doing.
Okay, that sounds amazing. Now, a couple things here in the comments. Brandy says, "Hey, Deb." There's
Hi.
also a Greg and an Adam and a Dave as well, and
So we got a lot of sleepy people tonight.
well, got a lot of people who are just only noticing you, even if I'm on the screen as well with you. But that's okay. I'm sure. I'm sure that's a horrible mistake on Brandy's part. So should we get going here? Should we start answering some people's questions? When I say we, I mean you, of course. Not
Well,
me
I
at
mean,
all.
you can if you want to. I'll let you.
I don't think they want to hear from me. I mean, she won't even say hello to me in the comments. Why would she want to hear from me if she can't even say hello to me? My goodness. Okay, so first of all, remember, folks, put your question in the comments, or you can call in 952-946-6205, 952-946-6205. We start at the phones of all people named Debbie. Debbie, how are you tonight?
Good, thank you.
How do you have a question for Deb?
Yes, I do have a question. So I have a temporary job coming up January 2nd through the 17th, filling in for a person leaving. And my question is, will it become permanent later on down the road, or is it just going to be like the 2 weeks?
It feels very exciting for you. Is this where you're going to be doing some kind of billing or some kind of paperwork where we're exchanging information and kind of watching over other people?
They told me I'm going to be like at the front desk answering phones and doing like receiving packages and
Right. And paperwork and just kind of keeping track?
yeah. And like
Yeah.
scanning and copying.
Uh-huh. Yep. And so that's exactly what we see. It's like keeping track of kind of the bills that come through and the paperwork that comes through. And this is a yes. It feels like we'll be doing something very similar to this. So the guides are saying to us that to make sure that we just ask if we want this job, to ask for divine energy to align us with a job similar to this one, not taking anybody's place, but please align us with a job that is similar, just like this. And that's exactly what they will give you, because I feel a shift
Yeah,
and a change and a desire for want to change, and they give me a yes for that.
now, would it be in that facility?
I can't see what facility because you haven't chosen yet. All I see
Okay.
is it's a yes, and I see that it's going to be doing with paper, organization, and everything we said in the beginning.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're so welcome. Have a great night.
Thank you, Debbie.
You too, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Alrighty, have a great night. All right, so that's how it works, folks. Very simple, and that's why you want to call in, because maybe we let a follow-up question or two through, just or Deb will have a question that she wants to ask for clarification. So, and I see questions showing up into the comments, which is great. But once again, to get ahead of the line, 952-946-6205, 946-6205. And this is where we go to Adam. Adam, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. How are you, Greg?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Do you have a question for Deb?
I do. Hi, Deb. Hi, Dave.
Hi.
So I know you know who I am. I have been knowing that God has a plan for me and has a purpose for me. When will have I already found out my purpose, or is there something coming that I don't know yet?
Adam, they say to us that you're walking the correct path. You've had a lot happen most recently where you're really recognizing who you are. And so they want you to take great gratitude for that and really look at yourself and be proud of that. They say to us that we're always evolving and there's always new coming. So miracles happen every single day. So don't ever shortcut yourself and think that something isn't going to continue to come and something isn't going to continue to aspire from what greatness you already are. Always know that they are coming and things that always are changing and everything can always get better.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're
You
so
always
welcome.
make me
Thanks
feel
for
better.
calling.
Thank you, Adam. That's
Of course.
fantastic. Have a great night. All right. Okay. I'm assuming he will then. Before we head off to break here, I want to remind folks that once again, these one question readings, these are basically hors d'oeuvres. These are just little samples of a full reading. And although the one question readings might answer your immediate question, that there is much more that can be gleaned from a full reading or some of the other things that Deb offers for like 5-question write-in readings. Are you doing 3 or what did I dream that was something?
No, that's real. So we are running a Christmas special for 3 written questions for $22.22.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. So if you haven't done so, go over to refinedivinepsychic.com and you will be able to see, not only learn about how to get these readings done, whatever works for you, but also classes, also the retreats, all that good stuff. We also invite you to go over to Facebook, and over there you can go to Refined Divine Presents Garden of Eden Psychic Medium. Once again, go over there, like the page, follow them, see what's going on over there. You can see all the upcoming events that are happening on the page, and it's growing. It's good to see it's growing. Since the last time we spoke, it's gone up about, I'd say about 185 people since the last time that we spoke. So you definitely go check it out. There's a lot of great information there. So please do so. With that being said, why don't we go ahead, take our first break. When we come back, we're going to get to more questions. Call us 952-946-6205, 952-946-6205. And you can also put your question into the comments. Either way, we'll get to as many as we possibly can. Everyone, stick around. We have Refined Divine Psychic Medium Deb with us tonight. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
Reach your highest level of consciousness and well-being with metamorphosisconnections.com. Metamorphosisconnections.com is an online directory of the best holistic and metaphysical practitioners to help you make your most informed choices. You can search metamorphosisconnections.com for classes, events, wellness and life coaches, plus metaphysical products and shops. You can also search for a wide array of healers from all modalities, including EFT, sound healing, energy healing, light therapy, ancestral healing, shamanic healing, reflexology, past life regressions, hypnotherapy, yoga, and more. And if you're not sure where to start, the search feature on metamorphosisconnections.com is tailored to help both those who know what they are looking for and those who are just starting. Come explore the possibilities for your higher self by visiting metamorphosisconnections.com. Their experienced practitioners can guide both beginners and those that are already on their spiritual journey. That's metamorphosisconnection.com, your link to direct you on your spiritual transformation.
Have you ever met someone who not only can help you on a deep spiritual level, but also potentially change your life? Refined Divine is an extremely gifted psychic medium who travels the nation and lives right here in the Midwest. And she offers mediumship, mentorship, house and business parties, energy healing, palm readings, and so much more. Refined Divine has helped thousands, and she can help you.
Hi, this is Psychic Medium Deb. I cannot wait to hear from you. You can go to refinedivinepsychic.com.
Lilliput at Coon Rapids dares you to take part in their Haunted Mansion escape room. 100 years ago, a family suffered a tragic incident. Your team is brought in to find out what happened that night, find proof of the supernatural, and help the spirits find peace. Are you up for the task? This incredible escape room is filling up fast, so book now. Also, a perfect outing for work team building. Go to lilliput.net now to book your experience today.
Greg Bakun here. I've told you about the out-of-the-world roast beef sandwiches at Maverick's Real Roast Beef, but I haven't told you about their Philly steak sandwiches, turkey bacon avocado sandwich, BLT, crispy chicken, fish sandwiches, brisket, or pulled pork. Okay, you get the idea. They make a lot of delicious food to the same standard as their famous roast beef sandwiches, and now I'm starving. I'm going to go to Maverick's Real Roast Beef off Lexington and Roseville, and you need to go too. Check out their menu at mavericksbeef.com.
And welcome back to GhostBox Radio and AM 950. My name is Greg Bakun. We are a week away from Christmas. Boy, that came up out of nowhere. Huh? Is it the same time every year? Yeah, of course it is. I wanted to thank you all for joining us. We're doing one question readings tonight with the one and only Refined Divine Psychic Medium, Deb. We just got through one segment of talking to some folks on the phone, answering some questions. Folks, it's a lot of fun. And I know that what's also really nice about it, too, is that, like with, let's see here, who was it in the first segment here? Debbie, you really were able to help her. And that's the thing that I really, obviously you do, but I also really want people to take away from this. If they're not unsure about asking a question, you help people. And that's huge.
Yes, that's why the whole reason why we do this is that so that we can get some insight for the pathway to be a little bit easier, softer, and more peaceful. Because people tend to need reassurance, and we can be that safety net for their reassurance, Greg, until they get their self-trust back. We find that people that seek out me generally have trust issues with self. And when we have trust issues with self, we need to find somebody who kind of can open that pathway for us to find our own self-healing, our own self-truth, and our own self-trust. And once we find that people grow so much just from that small piece of finding that within inside of themselves.
I find it interesting when how you say it, and we've talked about this many times, about a lot of times when someone's asking a question that they know the answer already, right?
Yes.
And to your point about the self-trust and I mean it's a big deal. How many times do you find answering a question, doing a reading or scheduling a reading session with somebody actually is a spark for their own mediumship path?
Oh God, more than you would think. God, Dave,
Right.
what do you think? I'd say 90%.
I just can't help
It's a
it.
really
Yeah.
high number because every single person that we talk to when we do a full reading, and we're not talking about full mediumship that, like Debbie, or, Long Island medium. We're talking about your own set of mediumship, your own
Absolutely.
set of intuitive, your own set of card reading or palm reading or runes, whatever it might be. When people come in front of us, our full readings, we always include what your gifts and the gifts that we see that you have and what spirit is telling us and your guides are telling us and your angels, and we always try to focus on those because they're so important. It's one of the most important things that we're supposed to have here on earth is our gifts, our spiritual gifts, because it takes us on our spiritual path that we're supposed to be aligned with here on earth. And so we'll reincarnate, Greg, over and over and over until that spiritual path is recognized and is dealt with and that we are following that and really living out that dharma that we're supposed to be living. So we'd say 90%, and it's really high, isn't it, Dave? It's really high.
That's pretty incredible. I thought so. Now, folks, we're doing one question readings tonight, as we always do every other Wednesday. This is the last time that we're doing this in 2024. Deb will be back in 2025. I believe we have you for January 8th, if I'm not mistaken. So of course it's very, I have a schedule right here. Why don't I maybe, I don't know, take a look at it real fast to make sure that I'm giving the right information here.
You
Yeah.
go right ahead, Greg, because like I said, I'm always available at 10 p.m. at night. So whatever works for you works for me.
Well, and it's 11 over there, isn't it?
No, it's no time change here.
No time change there?
Weekend will be 11.
Oh.
No, Panama City is the same as Wisconsin.
Adam was wrong. Once again, I might say. So
You
okay.
said that they were in Georgia. Thank you very much. Not
Well, we
Panama
were.
City.
They were
See, you
relaxed.
didn't give me the updated where they were, so I could have done. Oh, Panama City. Yeah, that's
Yeah, I forgot to put the tracking device on them. Yeah, I'm so
dude.
sorry over
I'm
here.
telling you, we need the tiles for Deb
We
and
all
Dave
need.
to make sure
We
they're
all,
here every other
I think
Wednesday.
I think we need to remove that microphone button on your end. That's what I think we need to remove. All right, so
careful. We need the dump button on that end.
you're right. You gotta be nice to Adam, otherwise bad words might go through. All right. So what we're gonna do? Where are we? What's happening? What we're gonna do
I
is
don't know.
we're gonna actually do a show here and do our one question readings. Once again, Deb is not a doctor or a lawyer, and we're gonna keep nor a politician. So let's just keep it relatively light. Get some questions answered that you have on your mind. People who call in 952-946-6205 and have a question, I see a lot of you in the comments, but they go to the front of the line if you call in, and that's where we're going right now. Angie, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. How about you guys?
Doing very well. Thank you for calling in. You got a question for Deb?
I do. Hi, Greg, Deb, and Dave. My
Hi,
question is, with the holidays coming, I was just wondering if my grandma had anything to tell me right now.
Now, she was really close to you, right, Ange? This is somewhere that you would go very
Yeah.
often on holidays.
Yep.
She was more of your stable than your actual family, it feels like. Yes?
Yeah, she was pretty. I mean, my mom's there, but she was
She was
in
the
her
stability.
spirit, she was my mom.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's because she comes in just so strong, and she comes across as your mother. Honestly, when her presence comes in, there's so much love for you. Your passage in life literally takes after her. When I look at her energy, I'm like, wow. I'm like, they are so much alike. And so she says to us that we are always around during holidays and birthdays and special celebrations. And she says to us, she hears your sadness and during the certain times that are during Christmases and Thanksgivings, because that was always really special to her. It was a time of gathering, and she shows me like you coming over, and it was like a really important part. Does this make sense?
Yeah, we were always together. She took me to church and everything, like on a normal
Yeah.
basis. My family didn't go to church, but she did.
She did. See, because she said she's literally saying to us that you are her, like your spirit, your faith, and who you are as a person very much came from her. And so she just says to us that she just loves you. Like that is her
Oh,
message, is that just unconditional love and that she's always there, but she's there.
yeah, I feel like she's there, but just things kind of went askew before she died. So I always kind of ask.
But she says to us, this is going to be really funny. And so we're going to watch our mouth. Watch this. We've evolved, Adam. She says to us, it's not any more effed up than it usually is.
Yeah.
So
I get that.
she's like, there's always something happen. Like there's always something, but she's like, it's not that big of a deal as you're making it. She wants you to forgive yourself. And it was nothing. She says it was nothing.
Yeah, it really was nothing because nobody else ever realized everything she did for me.
No, it was nothing. It was nothing because it doesn't matter, right? Because it's just between you and her.
Right.
That's what she
They
wants you to
didn't
understand.
Nobody did.
Right. It doesn't matter what they seen or what they perceive or what they said, because she's saying to us that it only mattered between the two of you. And she's on and on about this, about how effed up the family is. And so she's like, it's
Yep.
okay.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
okay.
lucky that they don't want to talk to me.
Honestly, the energy I can see, you're not wrong. You're not
Yep,
wrong.
I know.
That's beautiful. I mean, it's
Thank
beautiful.
you.
What a Christmas gift. I feel so I feel for you, Angie. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Everybody else should call in too and have some bravery. It's not bad to talk on air.
Hey, thank you. Really appreciate
Debbie
that.
has
And
a wonderful gift.
she
Thank
does.
you, Angie.
She
And
does.
Greg's delightful too. You
Oh,
guys have
thank
a good night.
You too. Thank you so much. A couple important things to be gleaned from here. One being that we have successfully trained both Deb and the audience. Deb is not she's aware of swearing. That's a great start. And then also not only with Angie calling in, but a lot of people in the comments are making sure that they address all of us, not just Deb. So
Evolution.
And Angie said hello to me when I answered the phone too. She went to one of the retreats that my wife had gone to. So she said hello, and we had a nice little conversation beforehand. So yay, someone else remembered me.
I'll tell you what, Angie's story is one remarkable one. I just have to share this real quick.
Yeah.
She was trying to get she had saw me in a gallery, and she was trying to get her friend to come see me and get some spiritual help because she really felt like I could help her. The friend literally died on the way to come see me. And so it caused Angie to come to us and really seeks for some closure and guidance. And so Ange came for a reading, and she started taking our classes, and then she took a spiritual retreat, and her whole entire life has turned around. I mean, it has just been an incredible story of miracle after miracle with her. And we are just so blessed to have her in our classes and our mentoring program. And she is now doing readings herself and helping others. And she does oracle card, tarot card readings. She just really has taken off. It's amazing. 6 months, Dave, is that right? About 6 months she's been with us.
Wow. And Deb's not the one turning this into a commercial. It is me, because I just really feel like at this point I want to remind people, if you want to check out one of these retreats that Angie got so much out of, Danielle got so much out of, they are listed on refineddivinepsychic.com, starting up again in 2025, right?
Yep, our next one-day retreat is February 25th. And that's a one-day retreat in Galesville, Wisconsin. And we're going to be headed to Kinstone, a little chilly. We'll hope for some good weather. We'll pray for it. It'll be nice. And then we have our Easter retreat is sold out, completely sold out. Amazing. And then we have our June retreat set up right now. We have one in June, 3 of them in June, actually, coming up.
So you can get more information, sign up for them on the site. Also, once again, I remind people, go over to Facebook. Refined Divine presents Garden of Eden Psychic Medium. Please go over there and like the page. Go over there and take part. It's there you can join in the conversation. You can do all sorts of things, and it's worth it. So
absolutely.
Please do so. Angie said herself, you have amazing gifts. This is something that when someone like Deb puts it out there for us to take part in, you need to I don't want to say take advantage of it per se, but really explore and figure out what you can learn from her. That's why she's here. That's why she's doing it. Not only here on the show, but here on Earth. So
and it's really not from us. It's from them.
That's right.
Honestly, we're just the conduit to them. And so when we are doing the readings, we just open ourselves and allow spirit to come through us and channel whatever they need to channel. I honestly, Greg, remember maybe 2% of what happens.
I believe it. I believe it 100%. I'm going to say also here, let's see if I think I lost it here. Someone else. Oh, Linda says that she's getting your newsletter. I didn't know you had a newsletter.
Yes, if you go to our beautiful office, Cindy, she does a newsletter every single week for us. And so if you go to our website and scroll all the way to the bottom, you can subscribe. It's so easy. Name, email, submit. And every single week you will get our email that says where I'm at each week, where I'm traveling to, upcoming events, retreats, classes, all the things.
I'm going to have to do that. I am going to have to do that. I didn't even know. You know what? I guess I never went to the bottom of your webpage. I only stayed on top.
Yeah, just scroll to the bottom and click it and subscribe. It's super easy.
Super easy. That sounds great. We are doing one question readings with Refined Divine Psychic Deb tonight. And you can put your questions into the comments, but you may have noticed we have not read one question from the comments because we've been getting phone calls. You get to the front of the line, 952-946-6205, 952-946-6205. And that's where we're going right now. Morgan, how are you doing tonight, Morgan?
Hi, Greg and Deb.
What you got for Deb tonight?
I was wondering if I'm going to be able to go back to school next year, like in-person school.
College?
No, high school.
High school. How old are you, please?
I'm 16.
15. Okay. Don't worry. I'm not mad about your age. I just wanted to see what age because I also see you going to college. So I was just curious. I know that we have a lot of stuff, troubling things happening in your personal life. Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a lot of conflict with choices and the choices being made by yourself. Your spirit guides are very, very loud right now. I really want you to listen to me, Morgan. If anything, just take this and just really hone this into your heart, please. They're saying to us that you are very gifted. You literally are so intuitive. You feel other people's emotions. They literally flow through your body. You get upset and mad and don't know why, correct?
Yeah.
Yes. And so what's happening is that most of the time when you're making these decisions and different things are happening, it's because you're overstimulated and you're not taking the time to recognize what's yours and what's not. And so what they want you to know is that if you sit with yourself more and you take the time to understand that you are gifted and you are very special and you are here for a very special reason, that you will be divinely guided straight through school, into the school system, and onto college. And now you want to work with something with art and you're thinking about something with kids, correct?
I mean, possibly.
Art,
Sorry, say that again?
artistic.
Not really.
You don't like to do artistic things?
I like orchestra, but I don't want to do that like as a job.
Okay, you love music.
Yeah.
Okay. What is it that you draw on?
Just paper.
Paper. You just like to doodle?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. They're saying to us that there's something with this. There's something with the doodling and there's something with the drawing that's going to help you through the things that you're going through too. And so sit with yourself and just do that. Like bring yourself into an artistic state and just kind of doodle yourself away and see what comes out when those emotions are running rampant and wild. And as far as school next year, yes.
Okay, yeah.
There we are.
Okay?
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you. That was great. Thank you, Morgan, so very much for calling in. It's nice to hear you.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
All righty, bye-bye. So can I say what I think you're trying to do here?
Yeah.
Are you curious to see if there's any automatic writing that could possibly take place? Right?
Correct, because that's exactly what's happening. Is that the emotions are running and the hand is going.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And so there's something happening here that when her emotions are up and when she's not even knowing what she's doing, that pencil's moving to that paper. And we got some movement going. And so they're showing to me that these drawings and this stuff that she's putting down is very much channeled. She's very gifted.
Yes. Incredible. Very, very cool. I hope that she feels okay to sometime tell us if she decides to do it. Let us know what happened.
Yeah.
But it might also be very personal for her, and I understand that completely. So why don't we go ahead and do this, folks? So you can see it's not scary calling in. So please do so. If you have a
If
question,
Morgan can do it, anybody can do it.
well, and it has, I mean, I don't like using the phone at all. Funny enough, I truly don't. It actually gives me a bit of anxiety. So yes, it's do so. I'm totally serious. I don't like it.
Is it because when the phone would ring, everybody would run for it and it would be like a huge thing when you were a kid?
No, it's just I don't like people.
I know.
No, I'm just
Kidding.
kidding.
Do we all remember that where the phone would ring at all of us that are old and we'd be like, and
Right?
everybody would run for the phone.
And then someone would be like Greg, it's for you. That across the
Yes.
on different
And then your mom
yeah.
would pick up the phone on the other line and be like, I got it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Those days haven't happened in probably decades on this planet, right? Folks, call in 952-946-6205. We do have plenty of questions in the comments as well, but if you want to get to the front of the line, that's the way to do so. We're going to take our break. When we come back, more one-question readings with Refined Divine Psychic Deb. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
Greg Bakun here. Like you, I love good, fresh, delicious food. So I want to tell you about this treasure in Roseville called Maverick's Real Roast Beef. Maverick's has the best roast beef sandwiches I've ever had. Made fresh, every order. Add fries or onion rings dropped in the fryer when ordered, and you have a winning combination. Maverick's Real Roast Beef has a lot more than roast beef, so check out their website, mavericksbeef.com, or check out their restaurant on Lexington in Roseville.
If you own a holistic or metaphysical business and are looking to expand, then you need to be listed on metamorphosisconnections.com. It's a network where you can grow with like-minded practitioners and reach new clients. Metamorphosisconnections.com is an online directory you need to list yourself and your business. Our platform makes it easy for you to create listings of your products and services, and you can also choose to list your classes, events, and so much more. Metamorphosisconnections.com helps you create weekly and monthly promotional ads targeted towards your potential clients and promotes them for you via social media and newsletter. There are clients searching for your specialty right now. Let us help them find you. Start your listing today so you can share your own unique gifts and talents by finding the level of membership that best fits your needs. Let us help you reach your clients that are searching for what you do. Visit metamorphosisconnections.com and sign up today.
Are you one of thousands of individuals who know you have psychic abilities but don't know how to tap into your higher self? Refined Divine is an extremely gifted psychic medium who offers classes that can help you reach your goals. Refined Divine holds classes Monday and Thursday at her 2 locations and via Zoom. Classes consist of manifestation, learning psychic abilities, shadow work, and healing trauma. Refined Divine has helped thousands, and she can help you.
This is Psychic Medium Deb. You can go to refineddivinepsychic.com.
Lilliput at Coon Rapids dares you to take part in their haunted mansion escape room. 100 years ago, a family suffered a tragic incident. Your team is brought in to find out what happened that night, find proof of the supernatural, and help the spirits find peace. Are you up for the task? This incredible escape room is filling up fast, so book now. Also, a perfect outing for work team building. Go to lilliput.net now to book your experience today. And join us tomorrow on GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun. We're going to be doing a replay of all about the McIntyre Villa in Atchison, Kansas. We have guests Stephanie O'Reilly and John Marson. They're going to be talking about this truly incredible haunted location. And it is one of the great shows where we had a lot of evidence that we played on the program. You can hear some absolutely incredible EVPs, just amazing. I didn't capture them. There was stuff captured in the house. What an incredible location. You got to check out tomorrow's episode, as well as on GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun on Facebook, and on Get Haunted Facebook page, a brand new episode of Myth or Mystery. Adam, do you remember that episode of with Stephanie and John on it?
Well, we've done a couple.
This was the first since we went nightly.
Okay, so yeah, I do remember this one. This one was nuts. There is a couple of EVPs played that Stephanie had captured.
Yep.
That are intense. I really enjoy that one. And is that the one where John tells the story about the shadow figure? Because I don't remember if that was the first or second time we had them on.
That's a good question. Every time we go out there, something truly incredible happens.
It's a location I want to get to.
I've never heard anyone leave there disappointed when it comes to paranormal activity. And that might be the first one. That was also, I think we talked about in that one, the picture he took of the black orb that was coming, like it was right above my head in the hallway on the second floor as well, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know. Tune in tomorrow, folks. You'll find out which episode it is, because, like Adam said, we did a couple of them, and it's really interesting. It's really good stuff. We are talking with Refined Divine Psychic Medium Deb. She is here doing one question readings tonight. We are very grateful to have her on. Always grateful to have her on, and it's always fun to see her talk to people and make people feel really good and help them on their journey, put them in the right direction. I'm just going to say before we get back to it that once again, you can schedule readings. You can go and see where the different retreats are, all of her events. You go to refineddivinepsychic.com. Also, don't forget that you can also go over to Facebook and like her page, and the page is called Refined Divine Presents Garden of Eden Psychic Medium. And also that URL, if you just want the URL to get there, it's facebook.com/Garden of Eden Medium. Okay. So with that, please make sure to go ahead and do that. Let's get to some questions. Once again, folks, you can put them in the comments, but honestly, you're going to have better luck getting through to us. 952-946-6205. Before we go to the next question, Karen just wants to let you know, Deb, that she loves your hair. So
Thanks, Karen.
see, that's nice. It's not all about wanting information from you. It's also people are giving you nice nice compliments. So that's good. That's always good. All right. So with that being said, like I said, you can put your comments into the comments section. But we're going to the phone. We have Linda. Linda, how are you doing tonight?
Oh, I was boo-hooing a little while ago, but you guys got me laughing. And you got me talking. I made a comment about Zentangle for the young ladies' art as a possibility. It's kind of like a form of doodling, and it's meant to be a calming kind of art. And the guy and wife who created Zentangle, she gets into the zone when she does calligraphy, and he was into Zen himself, and they kind of talked about it and came up with this art form. And I just wanted to share that and kind of ask if this is what I need to do for helping me get through my boyfriend's condition right now.
Once again, it's called Zentangle, excuse me, Zentangle. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
It's a new one for me. I'll just be honest, but that's, I don't know a whole lot. So, okay. So, Linda, could you ask Deb the question one more time, just because I jumped in?
Okay. It's like, I was thinking after I wrote this about the Zentangle, that's what I need to help me get through my boyfriend's present condition. And is there...
Sure. So Linda, so when you heard that, you heard the yes, and you felt the yes in your body, and that's your guides, and that's your soul self saying yes to you. And I want you to recognize when that's happening for you. So it's a definite yes, because you already know that's why it was brought to your attention. And so anything that brings up positivity or gratitude or, a sense of help or well-being to ourselves during any kind of depression or, stress in our lives is an absolute plus. And so they're saying, yes, of course.
I'm really glad the caller called in.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
It's good, Linda. And I hope nothing but the best for your boyfriend. I hope everything works out well.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I love you guys.
All right. You take care, Linda. Thank you.
All right.
So we are doing one question readings, and we've been on the roll tonight. If you have a question in the comments and you're just like, can you please answer a question? Give us a call, 952-946-6205, 952-946-6205. People listening might be like, okay, now we're going to the comments. No, we're going back to the phones. Let's talk to Lynn. Lynn, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing very well. Thank you so much for calling in. Do you have a question for Deb?
I do. Hi, Deb and Dave. I have a question about over the last few weeks, I've been sensing a lot more presences around me, and I've been seeing them a lot out of the corner of my eye, which I do a lot. But even tonight, I was in my house, and I could have sworn I was at my kitchen window, and I saw a person walk behind me. I thought it was my son. I turned around, and there was nobody there. It doesn't scare me or anything. I'm just wondering if I'm supposed to be getting something from someone, or if somebody's trying to tell me something, or what's going on.
Yeah. So during the holidays, know that spirit activity is a lot higher because we are missing our people that are our loved ones, and people who are in the in between world are actually a lot more active during these times because they feel it and their memory and their cell memory, and they're kind of like in this repeated pattern when they're stuck in the in between world. And so during these certain times of year, they'll become more active in our households and around us. And so, what's really happening right now in your house is just that. So, we should definitely get some sage and sage our house, every single room throughout your house, including the bathrooms and closets, for 7 days straight. On the eighth day, you'll be like, oh, I wish I would have did this my whole entire life, because it literally will cleanse all energies out of the house. And don't worry, anything that is yours doesn't leave. Only the things that are drifting in and things that are in multidimensional will leave your space at that time. Do I believe that your third eye is opening more? Because I feel that's your question, correct?
Oh, it's always open. My forehead's always throbbing.
No,
A
no, no,
lot.
no. You said that you were experiencing more activity in the last 2 weeks than you ever have.
A
So
lot.
your question
Yes, a lot
is,
more.
yeah, so your question is the third eye opening more?
Well, I suppose.
Yeah, because that's exactly what's happening. That's why we're saying, so is that our question? The core question would be, is our third eye opening more? So yes. And so as that happens, we'll see more and more things that are in the in-between world. And that's exactly what that dark shadow was. That isn't of the seventh realm. Seventh realm is never in a dark shadow presence. Things that present themselves that are in the in-between world are dark. And so we always want to sage and protect our space.
Okay.
How does it sound,
Okay.
Lynn?
I don't really like sage, but
Well, you can use Palo Santo, you can use incense, there's all different kinds of things that you can do to move energy out of the house. It doesn't have to specifically be sage. You can use cedar,
okay.
pine, eucalyptus, flower sage. We've had people use lavender leaves, rose leaves, anything that brings smoke from a plant that is used in the house in the direct of we're moving this energy out of this house and cleansing it. And then you will have a much more peaceful atmosphere.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Lynn, for calling in. Really appreciate it. I got a couple things I got to say. First of all, Deb, in the last few days in particular, I can't help but notice out of the corner of my eye, like something four-legged and furry walking around. I mean,
Yeah.
they're there, right? I mean, it's especially like you said, when they're so close to you and whatever
Yes.
else. But also I want to say, and you correct me if I'm wrong, though. I mean, your eye will always continue. Your third eye is always going to continue to grow more. I mean, it doesn't matter what
Throughout
level
your
you're at.
entire life.
Yeah. So there's nothing. There's nothing to say that if someone says your eye is growing, like that's not derogatory. That's just that
No,
actually
that's
should
not
be what
not
you want.
negative in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
The more that we see the presences and the more we see energies or portals or things floating or orbs bouncing, all the things, it's just a progression of the third eye open. It doesn't mean it's not open. It's a complete progression our whole entire lives until the day we die. Every single one of us.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Enlightenment never stops from birth until death. We are consistently evolving.
Absolutely. We're running out of time a little bit, but let's go to the comments. Yes, they do exist. Let's go to the comments for how about one more question, Deb? At least one more.
Yeah, let's do it.
First of all, Stacy says, Hi, Greg, Adam, Deb, and Dave. I'm glad you understand how the protocol works. I appreciate it. I have a question about my sister. Will she be moving here to stay with me for a bit, or will she be staying where she's at?
Is she in need? Is the reason that she's in need? Because I feel like there's like a needing of help.
Stacy, if you're still with us, can you put that into the comments? Can you answer that, please? So if is she needing help? Is that could be a reason why that she may need to move?
It's either her or her. It's one of the two of them.
One of the two.
Mhm.
And
Because
while we,
because this is what it is that the help is needed, and so that it's a yes, because it needs to be. They have something that's really going to take a huge taking place right now during this time. They're saying to us that they have a connection that others just don't have, and it's going to be really important they support each other through this.
absolutely, and I'm not sure if Stacy is still with us. So hopefully Stacy comes back and listens to this at some point. As we're running out of time, I just want to remind folks once again, schedule a reading, get to a retreat, go to a class. You can find all the information for that over at refinedivinepsychic.com. That's refinedivinepsychic.com. Also over on Facebook, make sure you check out her page. Refined Divine presents Garden of Eden Psychic Medium. That is facebook.com/Garden of Eden Medium. As we end on an amazing year, Deb and Dave, thank you both so very much for everything. Thank you for your support of our show here. Thank you for making everything so much better with GhostBox. So just really appreciate both of you so very much.
Absolutely, we love being here.
Well, we love having you here. Deb is going to be back on January 8th. We're going to be back with a live show, our last show of 2024 on Friday, Casual Friday. There's a lot to talk about. Everyone, thank you so very much. Adam, thank you for answering the phones. We'll be back on Friday. Everyone, have a great night.
Hey, Minnesota, it's